Wow, what a day fishing. We caught a bunch of fish, had a great time, but now the reality of owning a boat comes in. You have an hour, 20-minute drive back to the dock, another hour plus getting the boat on the trailer, doing all the prep work, and another at least 30 minutes cleaning the boat. Seeing land is a beautiful thing. You can't beat seeing a landmark when you've been offshore for a couple of hours. When you look around out there, it's just water. You have to trust your instruments, trust your compass. But once you get back and you see land, at least you know you can navigate by sight. Always a beautiful sight. And one thing you got to watch out for here is those crab pots, especially this time of year in the Tampa Bay area. They are all over the place, and if you're not paying attention, you have a bad day with one of those things getting wrapped up in your property. At this point, you're entering the channel that goes to the Kingfish boat ramp. Some days it's a lot of traffic, other days not so much. Today was not too much traffic, but on a Sunday, for example, you have 10, 15 boats going back and forth in this channel. So it's one of those places where you have to have your head on the swivel because most boaters, especially the weekenders, don't pay a lot of attention, unfortunately. This right here is the area that gives most new boaters the most stress. I know it did for me. It still does. Is docking a boat. There's a lot going on. A lot of boats moving around. You see people launching, retrieving. There are people just out there with a camera watching, hoping to see somebody crash into the docks. I know I watch those videos, so I can't blame them. But the key here is just take your sweet time. No rush for no one. Because if you crash into the dock, that person you were rushing for, they're on their way. They don't care. They're not going to help you fix your boat. So, just take your sweet time. In this scenario, I was planning on going into that first right ramp. But as you can see, there's a pontoon boat coming, and he actually launched where I was planning to go. I was going to adjust and go to the left, but this guy in the pontoon boat was pretty efficient. They got, two people working, so he got in the water and he did not take up the ramp more than 30 seconds. So that worked out in our favor too. As you can see, I started floating towards the left dock. This person was almost done, and I was just gonna glide right in there. But this pontoon boat, he was really efficient. Look, he is in and out, motors down, and he's out of the launch area 30 seconds. So once I saw that he was heading out, I readjusted and went back to my target ramp. I just like using this one just because it's enclosed, so if you miss on the right side, you can just float into the left side without an issue. It's just one of those things. If it's available, I prefer to use it. Just make your life easier if you can. I'm going to say it again. Slow, neutral, in gear, out gear, neutral, in gear, out gear. There is no need for you to be revving the engine at this point. This way you get yourself in trouble. If you lose it right here, you just float into the dock on the left. There's no need to, rev that engine in reverse, panicking. It's nice and slow, smooth. You're good to go. This is another area that when I first started boating, had me up at night. And that's back in the trailer down the ramp. When I first got the boat, I practiced in the parking lot for hours. And even now, it's still, you have to focus on what you're doing. No huge turns. Once you get it lined up, it's basically nice little touches left and right. It always helps to keep an eye on those guide poles. One day I was backing down and yeah, smacked the guide pole into one of those posts right there, just because I could see it and I should have just stopped, get out, take a look. It was like I said, there's no rush. When you get done, you get done. They'll wait. Also notice those front bunks, those two bunks. You don't want those things fully submerged. You want them just below the water. It'll make your life easier. That way the boat will catch. I see a lot of people backing all the way down, and those things are under, a foot of water. It's almost impossible for the boat to catch. So you just barely underwater. You can see here, the tips of them are out of the water. It just helps with you getting the boat, lined up as you power. This is another area that when I first started, I would just walk the boat up. Powering the boat onto the trailer, it does require a little bit more experience. That's what I do now. But when I first started, I backed the trailer down just a little bit more and walked the boat, by the lines onto the trailer and use the winch to pull it out. So here you can see you obviously use the motor to power it up onto the trailer. It's just a little bit more efficient. Don't forget to trim those motors up. That is critical. You don't want to be that guy dragging your skeg onto this boat. That'll be a bad day for you. A few grand out of your pocket. Last thing, don't forget the straps. You don't want to be driving around with your boat bouncing around. That could be a safety issue, and it's just can get you in trouble. Thanks for watching.